What happens to stocks, precious metals in a world where moderate Democrats refuse to vote for more stimmy? Oh, there's no way that's going to happen. Kevin, I'm not going to say no way. We live in a world of probabilities. We live in a world of gray area. But boy, I would be shocked if that happened. But let me keep going here. Where moderate Democrats refuse to vote for more stimmies and fiscal spending to prevent reflation. Yellen and Powell have their own money in bank and stocks. Why? Well, Kevin, I think you're saying two different things there. I mean, if you look at Janet Yellen, an extremely dove Fed chair, and now she's in charge of the Treasury, and you think about what you'd need to do to institute MMT, it's where you're combining the balance sheet of the Fed and the Treasury. They're basically one. And so if you wanted to combine those two balance sheets, I mean, who would you hire as the head of the Treasury? Janet Yellen. It was a perfect fit. So when you look at how dependent our economy is on stimulus and fiscal deficit spending now, and the Fed monetizing the debt, I just think the probability is incredibly low that we won't see any more stimmy checks or fiscal spending just because of we get some sort of sanity with the moderate Democrats and they refuse to vote for it. I don't see that happening, my friend. Maybe. If we don't listen, if they do vote for that way, or we get gridlock or something to where it doesn't pan out, and they're not able to do MMT, they don't do UBI, they don't do stimulus checks, they don't do more government deficit spending, fiscal spending. Oh, you're talking about a complete collapse in the economy. So what does that look like? A complete collapse. That would look like, in my opinion, it'd look like 1930s, but worse. My goodness gracious, you're looking at 20, 25%, 30% unemployment rate. It could be an inflationary depression, though. Well, not if they're not printing. If they weren't printing, it would be a deflationary depression. I mean, I don't know if consumer prices would go down that much. They might even still go up slightly. But you're talking about an asset price deflation like like I don't know if we've ever seen before. I mean, stocks down 50, 60%, housing down 50, 60%. You're talking about GDP down, oof, boy, who knows, 20, 30%. I mean, that gets real ugly. So that's why I don't know if they'd refuse to do that. I just think that long term, 5 years, 10 years out, that the release valve is going to be the dollar. It's the easy way out for the politicians, not so much for the average Joe, not so much for us, but for the politician, it's the path of least resistance. And I think that's what they're always going to take.